guys, welcome to Storytime Part 17. Last time we read, Charles has asked for his Ask an Expert clue, and he's asked Mr. Lemoncello to call the head librarian of the Library of Congress in Washington, which is apparently his Uncle Jimmy, because he says that his uncle is the top librarian in all of America, and if he can't help him find the one book he's looking for, then nobody can. Meanwhile, Kyle and his team have accepted an extreme challenge. So they are looking for a memory box. And Haley supposedly knows where the memory box is. So we're going to start with chapter 50 and we'll read a few chapters. The memory box is down in the stacks, Haley told Kyle. So he raced down to the basement. The very long, very wide cellar was just as he remembered it, filled with tidy rows of floor-to-ceiling shelving units. Kyle looked up at the closest security camera. Where to next? I hid it way over on the far side, said Haley through the ceiling speakers, on a shelf near that horrible book-sorting machine. Kyle hurried up to the center aisle. Suddenly, a heavy metal bookcase thundered in from the right, sliding like it was on roller skates. Watch it, shouted Haley. The bookcase skidded to a screeching halt, blocking Kyle's path forward. Go left, suggested Miguel. The whole team was watching him and cheering him on. Kyle went left, and another steel shelving unit shuffled in from the side. Jump back, shouted Akimi. The shelf slammed to a stop 2 inches in front of Kyle's feet. Kyle, you okay? Yeah. This is like the hedge maze in the Triwizard Tournament, said Sierra. Huh? Harry Potter, Book 4, Goblet of Fire. Right, need to read that one too. Kyle, of course, realized he'd just discovered the most extreme part of his extreme challenge. Each one of the sliding floor-to-ceiling bookcases was loaded down with heavy cardboard cartons, books, or metal storage bins. They probably weighed several tons each. If Kyle was in the wrong place when a shelving unit came shooting in from the side, he'd be flattened like a pancake under a steamroller. Warning, announced the official-sounding lady in the ceiling. You have 12 minutes to complete this challenge. He had to keep going. Like Mr. Lemoncello said, there was no turning back now, unless, of course, he wanted to go home a loser. Ha! Never. Kyle jogged up an alleyway between 2 walls of bookshelves. Left turn, Haley shouted. Now! The wall on Kyle's right swung open, revealing 6 swiveling sections, each pivoting panel maybe 20 feet long, all skittering sideways and gliding backwards to create new walls and reconfigured pathways. You've only got like 10 more yards to go, coached Haley. Kyle weaved his way around the randomly shuffling shelves, but as soon as he was on any kind of straightaway, the walls started to rearrange themselves again. Finally, Kyle scooted down a corridor so tight he had to turn sideways to squeeze through. The wall stuttered to a stop, and the voice made another announcement. Warning, you have 8 minutes to complete this challenge. I'm trapped, Kyle shouted. There's no exit. None of his teammates said anything for a really long time. Finally, Sierra's voice rang out from the overhead speakers. Put your hand on the right wall, she said. What? Why? When I was little, I played a lot of maze games. If the walls are connected, all you have to do is keep one hand in contact with one wall at all times, and eventually you'll reach the exit or return to the entrance. Do it, Coach Takimi. It'll work, bro, added Miguel. So Kyle kept his right hand firmly planted on the right wall of the shelves and started inching his way forward. Go, Kyle, cheered Haley. Hug that wall. Hug that wall. The passageway widened. Kyle kept his hand glued to the right wall and went around corners, through switchbacks, until finally he stepped into an opening near the book return conveyor belt. You made it, shouted Haley. Woohoo! All the shelves streamed back into their orderly church pew positions. Good, said Kyle. Getting out should be easier than getting in. Where's the box, Haley? I put it on the shelf. Which one? That one. Warning, announced the calm female voice in the ceiling again. You have 3 minutes to complete this challenge. Kyle stared up at a nearby camera. Haley, what exactly am I looking for? A cardboard box in a drawer. Okay, there are like a billion of those. I flagged it with a piece of pink tissue. Kyle raced to a shelf. 2 minutes, announced the calm lady. This one? Said Kyle. Yes, look in the steel drawer. I thought you said it was cardboard. It is. Open the lid. Not that lid, the other one. This one? No, the one under it. 1 minute. Hurry, Kyle. I'm hurrying. Flip it open. Kyle did as he was told. He flipped up the lid on a steel drawer and found a battered boot box. Every member of Kyle's team shouted the same thing. Grab it and run, added Akimi. Kyle did. He tucked the boot box under his arm and ran like he had never run before. He sprinted across the basement floor. He raced up the steps 2 at a time. When he hit the rotunda, his heart was pounding against his ribs. 30 seconds. He speed skated across the marble floor. It was so slippery he lost his balance. He fell forward, dropped the box. It flew out of his hands, hit the slick floor, and slid like a hockey puck across the threshold into Community Meeting Room B. A buzzer sounded. "Time is up," announced the calm voice. "Yo," shouted Miguel, "you made it, bro." And Kyle started breathing again. Chapter 51. Having made his request, all Charles could do was wait. "Apparently," said Mr. Lemoncello when he came back into the rotunda, "your Uncle Jimmy is a very, very busy man. Reminds me of a spider I once knew. But it is a Sunday morning. We will attempt to track him down at home." "Thank you, sir. I told Uncle Jimmy to stand by, that I might need him this weekend. And now, whoosh, he's as elusive as the wind in the willows. You'll have to discuss this with him the next time your family gets together for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, if you will excuse me, it is currently 9:58 a.m., almost time to reopen the Dewey Decimal Chambers." Mr. Lemoncello opened a filing cabinet and pulled out a megaphone. "Is there some room you should be ready to run to? Is there some clue or book you need to go find?" "Just one," said Charles, "and I need my Uncle Jimmy to tell me which one it is. Will you keep looking for him, please?" "Of course," Mr. Lemoncello pointed to a smudge on Charles's shirt. "If you like, I will also have Al Capone do your shirts." All Charles could do was nod, smile, and wonder when Al Capone had opened a laundry. Chapter 52. "Everyone, please pay very close attention," cried Mr. Lemoncello through a squealing, screeching megaphone. "The Dewey Decimal doors are now open, and unlike Tuck, this game will not be everlasting. Therefore, it is time to race upstairs like the rats of Nim." Kyle and his teammates heard Mr. Lemoncello's announcement, but stayed inside Community Meeting Room B so they could examine the dusty old boot box. "It's from when Mr. Lemoncello was our age," said Haley. "Here, I'm pretty sure this is what we need." She handed Kyle a large manila envelope sealed up with tons of tape. "First and worst idea ever" had been scribbled on the front. "Awesome," said Kyle as he started undoing the tape. The clue said his first idea might be our best solution. Inside the envelope were a stack of cards, a bunch of rubber stamps, and an ink pad and a sheet of 3-ring binder paper filled with a 5th grader's sloppy handwriting. Kyle read out loud what the young Luigi Limoncello had written. "Presenting First Letters, the amazingly incredible secret code game." Haley held up some of the cards. Each one showed a cartoony drawing in a single letter. Apple equals A, B equals B, carrot equals C, and so on. Kyle continued reading. "Want to send your friend a secret message to meet you after school? Just use your super secret rubber stamps." Miguel examined a couple of the wood-handled stamps. The stamps matched the cards. "So how exactly do you use this junk to tell your friends to meet you after school?" said Akemi. "This is so bad," said Kyle. "Moon, elephant, elephant, tiger. Moon, elephant, apple, flamingo." Akemi held up her hand. "Okay, stop. I get it." "Maybe it was for little kids," said Sierra. "Definitely," said Kyle, "because anybody over the age of 6 could crack this code in like 10 seconds. And then he froze. "This is it." He went to the wall with a list of library cards. "What would happen if we played first letters with these book titles?" Books/authors on the backs of library cards. Number 1, Miguel Fernandez. Incident at Hawks Hill by Alan W. Eckert /No David by David Shannon. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish by Dr. Seuss /9 Stories by J.D. Salinger. 6 Days of the Condor by James Grady /8 Cousins by Louisa May Alcott. Oops, that was number 3, Andrew Peckelman. Number 4, Bridget Wage. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume /Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Number 5, Sierra Russell, The Egypt Game by Zilpha Keatley Snyder /The Wrestling Game by Ellen Raskin. Number 6, Yasmin Smith Snyder, Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne /The Yak Who Yelled Yuck by Carol Pugliano and Martin. Number 7, Sean Keegan, Olivia by Ian Falconer /Unreal by Paul Jennings. Number 8, Haley Daly, Turtle in Paradise by Jennifer L. Holmes /A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Langle. Number 9, Rose Vermette, All of a Kind Family by Sydney Taylor /Scat by Carl Hiason. Number 10, Kayla Corson, Anna to the Infinite Power by Mildred Ames /Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. Number 11 is still unknown because it's Charles Chiltington. Number 12, Kyle Keeley, I Love You Stinky Face by Lisa McCourt, and The Napping House by Audrey Wood. "Okay," said Miguel, moving to a clean space on the wall. "Here are the first letters of all the titles. INONSETHTTATOUTAASAW ? IT. It still makes no sense, said Akimi. Wait a second, said Sierra. If the titles start with an article, drop that word and use the letter from the second word. Got it, said Miguel. INONSETHEWAYOUTWASAW ? Okay, said Akimi. It's making some sense. She went on the board and broke Miguel's string of letters into words. I non set he way out was a W ? N. Hang on, said Kyle. It could be N on C the way out was a W ? N. What's N on C? Said Akimi. Wait, look, said Miguel. The books on the second and third library cards actually start with numbers. Kyle grabbed a marker. In 1968, the way out was a W ? N. Hang on, said Haley. You know all those questions in the trivia contest Friday? I did so badly. I Googled a bunch of them later that night. They were all from 1968. You guys, said Sierra, I did some research too. Mr. Lemoncello was born in 1956. That means he turned 12 in 1968. Okay, said Akimi. Is this something besides a fun fact to know and tell? You bet it is, said Kyle. 1968 is key. And we don't need Charles's library card to finish this phrase. He went to the whiteboard. In 1968, the way out was a way in. So what happened in 1968, said Haley. Was that when Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came out? Asked Miguel. No, said Sierra. That was 1964. So what's up with the candy clue from the Art and Artifacts room? We messed up, said Akimi. We need to go back and find a new rhyme for Andy. Really? Said Haley. I thought he got kicked out for cheating. Another long story, said Miguel. For later, said Kyle. Right now we need to be on the third floor. Chapter 53. We're going to read another one. Back in the Art and Artifacts room, Kyle felt confident they were pretty close to figuring out, well, whatever it was they were supposed to figure out. How it would help them escape from the library was still anybody's guess. It's 10:44, said Akimi. The last clue should pop up on the Wonder Dome in 16 minutes. Okay, you guys, said Kyle. Spread out. We need a new rhyme for Andy. This model of the bank building came in handy, added Miguel. The Dandy Bandits, shouted Akimi, once again studying the display of hats. Yes, said Haley, pulling off her shoe so she could show everybody her clue card. Bandits! I found this in the 300s room. That's the room clue we're waiting for, said Kyle, because the Dewey Decimal number for the true crime books always starts with the number 3, said Miguel. When we find that book, it'll tell us how and where the bandits crawled in 1968. Listen to this, you guys, said Akimi. She read a placard in the display case. This plaid fedora from 1968 was worn by bank robber Leopold Loblolly, one of the notorious dandy bandits. Loblolly, Miguel shouted. The smell-o-vision clue, said Kyle. That's why everything kept smelling like pine trees. Loblolly was one of the pine trees in the answer Mr. Lemoncello gave you guys, said Haley. Whoop, 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 said Mr. Lemoncello as Banana Shoes squeaking he stepped into the room. Well done, Miss Daly and Miss Hughes. See, said Akimi, I was right the first time we came in here. I said dandy and everybody else said no, candy, Willy Wonka. Yes, it's all coming back to me, said Mr. Lemoncello. 1968, I was pondering an idea for a game at the old public library. And, said Kyle, you were so totally focused you didn't hear the police sirens screaming past the library as they raced to the Gold Leaf Bank. The Blackbird was from Alexandriaville, said Sierra. The police siren wheel was from that day. Miguel finished that thought. When the dandy bandits tried to crawl into the bank... My goodness, said Mr. Lemoncello, how could you kids know all that? From the game clues, said Kyle, and from the story Dr. Zinchenko told us on Friday night when somebody asked her why a library building needed a bank vault door. She was already feeding us clues, said Akimi. The time is now 11 a.m., announced the ceiling lady. This game will end in 1 hour. Come on, said Kyle, heading for the door. It's the 11th hour. We need to go check out the Wonder Dome again. They raced to the balcony. There it is, said Sierra. 364.1092, shouted Miguel. Woohoo, cried Akimi. We're gonna win. But we'll just have to see about that. Charles is still waiting for his Ask an Expert clue, but they figured it out. So now they just have to figure out where that book is so they can figure out how the Dandy Bandits crawled in so that they can crawl out. But that means we only have one more part of story time. We will finish this on the next part. and that makes me really sad. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.